first, we couldn't tell customers exactly how much it would cost to ship a product internationally, especially with duties and taxes included. So they were often hit with surprise charges on delivery. Second, we didn't have a good way of identifying and communicating on our website which products could ship to which countries in a compliant manner. Third, our fulfillment process was slow. Our people in the warehouse had to manage the international order separately. They had to fill out customs forms. It was a big challenge. So we tried some other solutions prior to Zonos, but they involved shipping orders to a consolidation warehouse, which added delivery delays and made it harder to track orders. We ended up having to actually reship orders routinely when customers claimed they never received them. So it was great when UPS approached us about giving Zonos a look.
What Zonos does is brings down those barriers that exist right now for the seller and the buyer. And the biggest barrier is information. What does the buyer need to know when they're buying? They need to know what those taxes are. They need to know what the import duties are. They need to know if there's any additional fees that are going to be charged. And what they want to do is be able to just pay it up front, right? So what changes in the experience prior to using someone like Zonos is it goes from being a surprise for a buyer to being all included for the buyer. So at checkout, we're surfacing all of those calculations dynamically.
Our customer service issues went way down with Zonos. The checkout process with Zonos just works great. Answers all the questions. It integrated easily with our Magento website. And we are able to fulfill these orders just like any other domestic package. And thanks to the fast UPS delivery options, our customers are routinely surprised at how quickly they get their order with no surprise fees. So that's probably one of the biggest wins. It costs a little bit more to the customer up front. At least they see those charges up front, but it eliminates so many other issues downstream. Our shift to digital marketing over the years with online and e-commerce really inadvertently made us an international brand. I'd love to say it was my brilliant strategy, but once you start advertising online, working with influencers, doing social media, there's no borders on the internet. It doesn't respect borders. So for instance, early on, we started working with popular influencers who are doing great creative work, had great followings. 3 of them happened to be in Europe. One was in Germany, one was in Italy, one was in Portugal. And so we started sending them products and doing sponsorships. And the same with our domestic influencers. Their audience wasn't exclusively US. So once people started seeing our products in use and seeing what kind of woodworking they could do with them, we started getting demand all over. It was the same with social media and other digital advertising we were doing. So the borders really got blurred. And when we got traffic to our website, the Zonos Hello widget does a great job welcoming people from other countries, showing them their flag and letting them know that Rockler brand is here and available to them, no matter where they're living. You're throwing out the DDP and DDU terms, and I don't know any of that stuff, what it means. Honestly, I'm a marketer. And partly with our partnership with UPS and partly with Zonos, all I know is we're taking international orders, they're compliant, it's working, customers are happy, and my warehouse and my call center isn't mad at me. So,
I love that you said that, because that's one of the things we pride ourselves in. We know our SMBs want to get down to doing what they care most about, which is that business. So woodworking for you, for someone else, it's apparel, for someone else, who knows? But when you have a partner like Zonos, they're thinking about all that in the back end. And thankfully, UPS can be that bridge, whether that be through a UPS Ready program or our Digital Connections program.
UPS is by far the most forward-thinking partner logistics company that is out there. It's very unique in their willingness to get creative and bring in partners that are, in our case, it was we were an outlier. Like what? Okay, they understood why we were important, but we didn't fit the typical mold. And so what I would say to the audience is that UPS wants to do what's right for their customers, and I think they're a great partner to have. We've been, very lucky to work with them, and then build relationships directly with companies like Rockler.
UPS has been a good partner for Rockler for actually decades. Our relationship with UPS staff have always been helpful and responsive. Even though we're not the biggest client by far, we feel like UPS treats us like we are. And we've used UPS for many services and consulting and other things. So I think just know UPS as a resource beyond just getting the package out. And then on expanding internationally, if you have a unique brand, unique product, to me, it's a no-brainer to get incremental business with little cost and little risk to expand internationally.